Hi, today I'll be showing you the subnetting portion of the how to build a basic network on Cisco's packet tracer simulation. So in my previous video, I didn't demonstrate how to do this. That was for time purposes. So in this video, I'll go ahead and show how I make these numbers possible. So our senior network admin has given us the network 192.168.0.0, and he's given us these tasks to go ahead and try to subnet on 100 hosts for staff, 50 hosts for sales, 25 hosts for IT, and for later 25 hosts for guests. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to find how many borrowed bits and the number of possible hosts can we get to satisfy staff of 100 hosts. So by looking here, number of possible hosts, the equation is 2 to the what power minus 2 will satisfy the amount of hosts. So here we can see I use 2 to the 7th, because 2 to the 7th will give us 128 minus 2 will give us 126, and that is enough for the 100 hosts. If we do 2 to the 6th, we see that it's 64 and it's not enough. So 2 to the 7th minus 2 is enough. So we already know that our network is 192.168.0.0. So how did I get the slash notation of 25? Well, we borrowed 7 bits here, and the way I did this is 32 minus 7 will give us 25. Okay. So we already know that the first usable host is 1, and the is 1 because the network is 0.0, so our first usable host is 1 up from the network. Our last usable host, an easy way to do this, is if we take the number of possible hosts and add it to our network, it will give us our last usable host. So it'll be 126. And we already know that our broadcast is 1 up from our last usable, so 126 plus 1 will give us 127. And then a slash 25 notation for our subnet mask will give us a 128. So why did I use, to find the slash notation, why did I minus the borrow bits to 32? Well, if you do a slash 32, that is the maximum number for basically subnetting. So slash 32 will look something like this. So we already know that in each octet is 8 bits. So it looks something like this. And if we add those all up, it's going to equal 255. So slash 32 is the maximum number that you could get. Okay, so for the next subnetwork, our network's going to be 1 up from our broadcast, which is 127. So 1 up from our broadcast will give us 128. And then we need to find how many bits we need to borrow to satisfy 50 hosts. So if we do 2 to the 6 minus 2, that will give us 62 number of possible hosts, and that is enough to satisfy the 50 host requirement. So we already know our first usable host is 1 up from our network. So 128 plus 1 is 129. And then if we add 62 to our network, so 128 plus 62, that will give us our last usable host of 190. And then our broadcast will be 1 up from our last usable host, so that'll give us 191. And again, for our slash notation, the way I got 26 is we take the maximum slash notation minus the borrowed bits, will give us 26. And the slash notation of 26 for our subnet masks will be 128 plus 64, will give us 192. And just to show you this real quick, our subnet mask, we already know that each octet is 8 bits, and we have 26 bits here. So we already know that 8 bits is equal to 255. So this will give us a total of 24, and then we 25, 26, 27, and then your slash, just so it's more clear. So this is going to be 128 plus 64 plus 32, and that'll give you 192. Okay, so for our next network, IT department with 25 hosts, to find the number of possible hosts will be 2 to the 5th, which will give us 32, minus 2 will give us 30, and that satisfies 25 hosts. So our network would be 1 up from the previous broadcast, 191, so it'll be 192. Again, our slash notation, the maximum slash minus the borrowed bits, will give us slash 27. And an easy way to find the last usable host again, we add the number of possible hosts plus our network, will give you 222. And we already know our broadcast is 1 up from our last usable, so that'll be 223. So a slash 27 again. We already know that in each octet it's 8 bits, so 3 octets with 255, 255, 255 is 24. 25, 26, 27. Sorry. 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay. So it'll be 128 plus 64 plus 32. It'll give you 224. Okay. So in the scenario, we wanted to make another subnetwork for guests for later use. So we went ahead and did the same. Number of possible hosts will be 2 to the 5th. Will be 32 minus 2 will give us 30. Our network address will be 1 up from our previous broadcast of 223, so it'll be 224. And again, 32 minus 5 will give us a slash rotation of 27. Our first usable host will be 1 up from our network of 224, so it'll be 225. Our last usable host, if you add 30 to the network, it will give you 254. And then our broadcast will be 255. Okay, so another thing just to throw in here is that what if our network admin asked if we could fit one more subnetwork into this network 0.0/24? Our answer would be no, because we already reached our maximum of 255, so if we were to add anything else, our network will actually change. It will actually be 192.168.1.0 will be the next network. Okay. So thank you again for giving me your time to allow me to demonstrate to you the subnetting portion of the How to Build a Basic Network Challenge from Cisco. My name is Kyle, and have a good day.